Hey everybody, welcome back to Crafternoon. Today we are scraplifting the wonderful Ashley. She's another one of our community, and I'm super excited. She's got this really cool layout that's kind of graphic and very visual with the three vertical lines. You'll see it here. And I really wanted to capture the colors too of this layout. So I am going to be using a Chamel Live the Dream paper. And I'm going to be doing a Disney layout. So instead of having Disney paper, and in here somewhere is my photo, and I'll find it. Instead of using Disney paper, I'm going to be using Disney embellishments. So I just have some embellishments that I have pulled. Here's my photo. It's John and I in some crazy shirts in front of the castle. But I just pulled some embellishments that I have left over. So we're going to use those as my embellishments. And we might not have enough to fill up the whole page, but we're going to see what we've got. Come along with me as I scrap lift this. Oh, and one more thing. If you were with us at the My Little Scrapbook Store in-person Make and Mingle crop that we had in New Jersey in 2025, her page also looks very much like the sketch for that crop. So I'm going to be using, and I'll put that here. I'm going to be using this also as an entry for that sketch. So it was three verticals with a title. So I think it's going to be really cool that I can combine these two and have both a entry for that sketch and an entry for the scrap lift. And it's great when those two things come together. So hang with me as I put this together. It's together now, and hopefully it'll come together pretty quickly. I enjoyed doing this. I was just showing you that I had my ears on my desk. So I enjoyed doing this one because it was fun just to kind of get into some of this Chamel paper. I got the Live the Dream collection. Excuse me. I love the Dream collection, and then I just haven't had a chance to use it. So it does have some Disney elements. I know Chamel's a big Disney person, so it has churros and it has some brides in the background. But really, it's just a big, colorful collection. And I thought her scrap lift really called for a colorful collection. I did this originally and I did 3 inches, and then when I looked at it, I felt like it was too big. In hindsight, I probably could have kept it. I am leaning more towards the sketch than hers, but either way, you can see the influence. So this is where I had the three, and I'm like, let's put it down and kind of cut it down a little bit. So I cut it down. I think they're like 2 1/4. So really, I just wanted to have those two lines of uh, cameras. So that was what decided how thick it would be. And then I'm going to round the corners just to give it a little bit more movement. Once again, kind of like the sketch, but still in keeping with the scrap lift. And really, in order to keep the scrap lift, I'm going to do the diagonal. So she has her embellishments kind of on the diagonal going across the page, and that is what I'm going to do. I ink the edges here to kind of make those stand out. There's only two solids in that Chamel collection, really, and one of them is a green wood grain, and the other is this purple floral. So these are the two the purple floral is what I ended up going with. The funny thing is I need to pull out the reds because a lot of the Disney collection have those reds and not the pinks. So you're going to see me kind of, the floral has a red, the rainbow has a red, the cameras have a red. So there's a lot of reds there. So it ends up working, but it does take a second for me to be okay with, hey, I'm mixing red and pink, which is always a difficult thing. I know, put in the comments, do you struggle with mixing red and pink? I know people talk about struggle with mixing kind of cream and white on layouts, but mixing red and pink is also hard for me. So as I am working on this, I just want to say how much fun I've had with Scraplift. I think this is my first year being a part of the Scraplift Sundays, and it's been so much fun to have so many opportunities to do different people. I'm hoping I can stay with it next year. It's kind of kept me going every week to get some layout done. Some weeks I only get the Scraplift Crafternoon layout done. That might be the only layout I do all week, and so it's still nice to know that I could get one done a week. This particular week, we did go to, like I said, the Make and Mingle crop with My Little Scrapbook Store. If you don't know, I'm the member of the design team on the My Little Scrapbook Store website, and they are an amazing small business that's out of New Jersey, and they did their very first in-person crop. And so you can hear my voice is a little shot. We talked and laughed for three full days. And so I'm a little exhausted from that, but I did get a few pages done. If you're interested in seeing those pages, head over to the Facebook group for my little scrapbook store, and you can see that. As I've been talking, you'll see me building that diagonal. The other thing I did is there was one lady that was kind of looking back at us in that photo, and it was a little distracting. So I just stuck a chipboard light pole right on top of her. And I have no shame in that, but I did just stick that chipboard light pole right on top of her. Now, at the bottom of the sticker sheet are these buildings, and we are on Main Street, and I really wanted to have all those buildings, except the one chipboard I had put there was a building, and I'm like, I gotta figure this out. And I'm sorry it's off camera, but I pulled off the one chipboard piece, and then I'm putting down the buildings, and I'm noticing, oh, it's just too big. So I'm gonna cut the buildings up so that I have the buildings that actually make sense. The confectionery, the Main Street Cinema, the fire station. I'm going to use those on this with the chipboard piece, and I'll bring it up in a second. I didn't realize that I was off camera until it was a little bit too late. But that just let me have kind of a placeholder for the bottom of the photo, much like she has that floral with her title. Now, my title's really Main Street, it's on the photo, but I enjoyed having a kind of a placeholder down there for some more text. And I'm going to end up adding a little bit more text down there. So I thought about trying to pull that balloon, but I knew it was stuck down, so I just added the enamel dots around it. I'm just using everything I can, trying to use up these sticker sheets that I have. I think I might end up getting rid of some of these sticker sheets because I am at the point now where the stickers that are left on there are not things that are calling to me. Uh, like the Park Squad sweater, it's not something I necessarily want to put on a page. But I did put a sticker, and I'm looking for my phone. I put a sticker there that says, "This is where the adventure begins." And I thought that was fun to have that at the bottom of the page going across Main Street, because it is. Main Street is where the adventure begins when you walk in Disney World. So there you go. Now you can finally see what I was doing there at the bottom. So I've got my big diagonal set of embellishments, much like she has in her layout, and I've kind of kept to the theme of the three vertical lines, like both in her layout and in the sketch. So I feel like I did a pretty good job of bringing both of these to life. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're looking for either some Disney embellishments or the Chamel Live Your Dream collection, please head over to my little scrapbook store, because this weekend really did reiterate that it's a great small business and they're really good for scrapbooking. I'm going to come back now and talk to you about my layout.
So I feel like I did pretty good. So I did push my three columns together, but I did keep a diagonal of embellishments. And I think you can see the influence of both the sketch and the scrap lift. So I'm excited to have scrap lift Ashley. I love the colors. I love everything about it. And I will see you next week when I scrap lift someone else. Have a great week. Thanks, everyone.